Hello and welcome to Nintendo Pals, your weekly dive into all things Nintendo with a couple of friends. Tonight, we got rumors a-buzzing about Switch 2, as well as a bunch of news to cover, including games coming out, new game announcements, the return of Nintendo World Championships. We're talking all of that and more. Oh, you don't have the thing queued up to go.
I don't even have the tab open.
Listen. it's a tab?
Yeah, I have to click over to brand and things.
Hey,
here we go.
Listen. Greetings, fellow Nintendo pals. It's me, Andros, one of the hosts of the Nintendo Pals podcast, the very professional show that knows what they're doing. And speaking of knows what they're doing, I am joined by fellow Nintendo pal, Micah.
Yep.
And for those that are new here, this show is two best friends talking about Nintendo. We've been friends a long time. It's now been like I was going to try and put a time frame on it.
14 years.
14 years? No, because we met before I was.
Oh, wait a second. I did that math wrong.
that math
years.
16 years? And even longer if you count the time that we were in like Cub Scouts together as little kids. That we didn't know. We didn't know each other.
Until later we saw a picture.
Yeah. And neither of us have any recollection of that. Oh, but hey, if you're out there listening and you haven't yet left us a 5-star review, what are you waiting for? An invitation? Well, here's an invitation. Leaving us a 5-star review helps us to take over the world of Nintendo podcasts, as well as makes us feel good about ourselves. Listen, you heard us struggling at the beginning of the show, figuring out where the intro music was. We need your help. Give us 5 stars to boost our self-esteem. Thank you. I'm not above just begging. Okay. Other podcasters out there try and act like they're professional and cool. Listen, we say it how it is here. We are who we are. And we're not confident in ourselves. So please leave us 5-star reviews. But speaking of confidence, Micah, new Micah or new mic? You got a new microphone.
It's technically true.
It's like he has upgraded to a Shure microphone. So hopefully this means slightly less clicky clacky noises from his keyboard. However, he typed so loud in his keyboard.
We'll test.
That's definitely quieter.
What if
definitely
I
quieter?
Extra phone.
Wow.
Did it actually do anything?
Yeah, it did. It was like a little soft little.
But now, if I'm running from a giant or a spider in Lethal Company.
Were you just mashing your keyboard?
I was mashing real hard.
I couldn't hear that.
I almost hurt myself.
Really? That didn't.
I created markers. I don't know what that means.
Oh no. Oh, that's crazy. No, that worked really well. Actually, I could barely hear that.
We'll leave this extra foam on then.
Yeah, it seems like it's helping some. So new microphone. We also picked up these for these wireless lapel mics that Mike and I will be using for our upcoming anniversary episode. I was like season finale? No. what is it called? It's an anniversary episode for Nintendo Pals, which hits at the end of the month. We will have been doing this for 4 years, which seems wild. I've never done a project that long. I've never done a project half that long, like where it's like stuck with something for that long. That's I'm excited. I'm excited that finally I've committed to something, and that's talking about Nintendo. World peace? No. Well, I mean, this kind of this kind of accomplishes that. If everybody just played a little more Nintendo, I think there'd be a little more world peace. But speaking of playing Nintendo, what do you say we jump into the first segment of our show, Micah? Let's talk what you playing. That was real quiet. Did your microphone?
Turn the intro down.
Did your microphone? Different. Someday we'll know how to use the soundboard.
I don't know who named these and why there are two things that start with "whatcha." It feels like a mistake.
That's. I mean, you could rename them. That's within your power. But it was me. I did that because we used to have a section called "What You Making." Remember? That's what that was for.
Well, now it's called "Stuff You Making."
Stuff You Making. I like it. What have you been playing lately, Micah?
I've been playing quite a bit of Balatro.
Oh yeah,
that poker roguelike deck builder. It's pretty good. Sometimes I hate it a lot though, but most of the time it's pretty good. Sometimes you just almost have an incredible setup and you're like, wow, I just need like one of these 2 cards to just really bring things together, and then you just never get them.
Yeah,
but that's
face that with a lot of deck
cookie
builders.
crumbles. Yeah,
I feel that way in Slay the Spire at times. Like, oh, this card is really cool. I want to build around this, and then I will never see that.
You
card.
get nothing. Yeah,
yeah. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's like, yeah, that'd be real fun.
Yeah, one of the things I've been digging about Baldur's Gate is just the ability to like respec. So I get like an armor piece or several like spell scrolls or something. I'm like, oh, what if I build completely around this instead? I like that ability.
Yeah, then it takes a lot of effort. You like going through all those levels, re-leveling things is kind of the worst.
Yeah. Micah, we got to pause. Do we have any like celebratory sounds that we could play from the soundboard as we give a huge thank you to our pal Fedorable Will for giving us 1,000 bits. He says it's been too long since I got to throw bits at your faces. Appreciate that, Will. Thank you so much. This is not really celebratory, but like feel good. The fade out. That was great.
I feel like I chose the worst.
Yeah, I'm like, there has to have been a better sound than that.
I don't know why I saw acoustic cinematic and was like, this is going to be perfect.
Oh man, I feel like since handing the keys to the soundboard over to you, this show has gotten infinitely more funny. Just and not on purpose is the thing.
Yeah, some of them would say I'm a comedic genius.
Yeah, some of them have been on purpose. I think
maybe
the Lincoln screaming will always be on purpose.
There's never a wrong time to use that.
So thank you, Will. We appreciate that. And for those that would like to be a part of the live conversation, you can tune into our streams over on twitch.tv/Nintendo_pals. The underscore is an underscore, we don't spell out underscore. Can you imagine that was our name? What would be evil? That's evil.
I mean, I'm pretty sure someone's done that, and they probably think they are very clever.
Like, oh, I'm so funny. Underscore. So besides Balatro, that's how you say that, right?
I have no idea.
Balatro.
I
Besides,
I have no idea how that's supposed to be.
besides
That poker
roguelike
roguelike.
poker. Yeah. Anything else you want to highlight?
Just the usuals: Rocket League, some Splatoon, Helldivers 2, a little bit of Baldur's Gate.
Nice. So I can, I'll talk about what I've been playing, and that is daily Ring Fit Adventure, keeping up the streak, keeping the streak alive. I'm having a blast with it. I've gone back and I am doing levels that I skipped over because I was trying to rush to the end, and then the end like just kept not coming. So there are several worlds where I only did like 30% of the. It gives you a percentage of how much is complete of the world. So I'm going back and accomplishing all the levels. That also includes like missions though, which are like little side quests that you have to redo levels to complete. And so I'm slowly getting back up to the recommended level, which where I am at currently, the recommended level to be is 180, and I'm currently at 175. So going up about a level, going up about a level a day with the experience I gain. It's also unlocked some more moves because you get moves from leveling up. In addition to, it gives you skill tree points. So each level you get an extra point, and then you have to spend those and money to unlock certain things on the skill tree. But you can also just randomly get exercises and attacks, and that's been helpful. Like I got a really good plank exercise that does a lot of damage to multiple enemies at once.
Plus, planks are pretty cool.
Yeah,
way better than those dumb crunches.
I don't like crunches, but I've been doing a lot of them.
Crunches are for chumps.
Yeah, and there's also a lot of squats. I've been doing a lot of squats.
Squats can be rough.
Yeah. What else? What is that noise? Is that a sound?
What is what noise?
I'm hearing a lot of background noise all of a sudden, which is weird.
It's weird.
Is it Lincoln? Do I need to come over there and kick Lincoln out of your podcast recording
house?
Your house. Get out of your house, Lincoln. Can't you see we're trying to record a podcast? What was I saying? Oh, so Ring Fit. That's what I've been playing mostly. Also played a lot of Tears of the Kingdom this week, and having a lot of fun doing like different challenges for that. And what else? I didn't play. Well, I did play some games on Game Builder Garage because my son got super into Game Builder Garage this week. Very into it. It's really cool seeing him learn how to make games, and it teaches like programming principles and just game design principles in a very fun and interactive way. It uses kind of like a node-based programming. If anybody out there more technical like myself like knows what that is, but most people won't understand. But it's basically like you have a box and it has a thing. In this case, it's like the joystick, and then you attach the joystick to another box, and that might be your player character, and then you determine the functionality. When I do this with the joystick, the character does this. And so it kind of uses this like link system between these boxes. And it's node-based programming. They're called nodes. They're like, I think they're called like nodals. They each have like a little character on them that does stuff. And he's been having a lot of fun. He's made several games that there's like a lesson path that you go through, and it will like teach you to make different kinds of games. But he's also just been kind of like doing the free build mode. And one of the games I think is one of the coolest ones he made is a side scroller where you have to jump and dodge obstacles. And at the very beginning, you get chased by a boulder, Indiana Jones style. Like,
Nice.
to outrun the boulder. And as you reach different checkpoints, there's like a little victory noise. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see my little guy learn to make video games. I told him once he's finished with the game, I'm going to show him Unreal Game Engine. See if he wants to mess around with that. So, anybody out there that maybe is interested in learning for themselves, like game development and game programming, Game Builder Garage is a really good entry point. And it's especially good, I think, if for kids wanting to learn about it. So I played some of those games. And that's about it for me this week. A light week. But what we make up for it in games we played, we can talk about in our next segment, which is the Nintendo news. Okay, so there's a lot. Where do we even start here?
Yeah, well, a lot of things happened.
What do you want? Where do you want to kick things off? I'll let you give the first news item here.
Mm-hmm. 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 Wait a second. Oh no, that makes sense. We did talk about Knights of the Old Republic, which I don't think is the free trial anymore. I think that probably ended.
Yeah, that just ended. I saw it the day it was ending, and I was like, oh, I forgot to try this out. No.
Yeah. Well, apparently, Nintendo Switch successor announcement will be coming this fiscal year, which I never remember when the fiscal year ends. Isn't it like May or something?
Wait, where did we
spring next year?
I didn't see this news item at all. When was this?
It's a good question.
Where are you seeing it?
May 7th.
Okay.
It's posted.
Oh, from Nintendo Life. Nintendo Switch successor announcement is coming this fiscal year. Thanks to Spider Shan for posting that out on the news channel. So yeah, announcement is coming this fiscal year, which doesn't that end in like April?
I have no idea.
Pretty sure the fiscal year ends in April.
I think it's like a spring thing, yeah.
Yeah, so we're at the very beginning of that. March. Thank you, Will. So we had Ayla Veo on Spotify say, they announced that they're going to be announcing the Switch this year. The Switch 2 this year. And
they're announcing that they will be announcing.
I was so confused by that. I was like, what do you mean? What, really? And I'm trying to find, I'm like, I don't know. And there's the article. That doesn't mean it's coming out this year. It also doesn't mean they're announcing it this year. They could announce it in like next January or something.
I'm thinking January, actually.
Really?
I was thinking they were going to announce it. Or maybe a little after, but I don't think they'll announce before holiday, unless it's coming out before holiday, and I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, maybe so.
That would like kill Switch sales for the holiday season, I think, or at least impact it.
Yes, but if they are doing like a blowout, everything must go sale, then it's like announcing the Switch 2. Now's the perfect time to get a Switch 1 for cheap. It's only $298.
Although, aren't there rumors that the Switch 2 will be backwards compatible? So, I don't...
Yeah, true. When did they first announce? We got Monkey Thunder here in the chat. He'd probably know. When did they first announce the Nintendo Switch? That was the year before they released it, right?
That's a good question. It's been too long for me to remember.
Okay, I'm looking it up here on the side.
Will says they announced in October and then
of
launched
2016. Yep. So we might maybe.
Then mentions that there weren't any like Christmas sales going to happen anyways for the Wii U. So
Yeah,
they
that's so
might as
true.
well.
That's so true. Yeah, it wouldn't have been going for the Wii U anywho.
Like it stopped 2 people from buying a Wii U over that Christmas season, I think.
Oh well, now I'm just gonna wait. I was gonna buy a Wii U this year. So I'm still holding firm to my prediction of a March 2025 release time frame.
At least.
Yep. I think they're gonna try and replicate the exact success of the Switch. And it's gonna work. On me anyways. I'm buying like 3. I gotta get one for me. I gotta get one for my kids, and I think my wife is gonna want her own. She said to me, it was like,
That's how they get
like,
you.
she was like, "We no, we'll just get 2." I was like, "Yeah, that's a lot." Yeah, as she's also telling me, I'd like to get my own Switch. We can't have it both ways. We can't have it both ways, babe.
You just need 2, one for the kids and one for her. It's perfect.
What about me?
Sounds like a personal problem.
That one's a business expense. I'll just
Wait a second. Yeah, to keep talking about these things,
throw
we
that on
will
the
need
company,
Switch 2s. Yeah,
the company
let's
bill.
take that out of the company account.
Yeah. We're hoping we'll get acquired by then, and then whatever company we're under buys them for us, you know. So this is good. I'm excited. I'm excited. This is like, I mean, this is what everybody was predicting. This is what all the signs pointed to. So cool to see.
What does an announcement entail? Are they going to be giving any information? Because I feel like announcing that they're going to be announcing something this year is kind of in itself an announcement of the Switch 2.
I'm gonna guess that the
Like,
announcement
is
is
this
going to be.
announcement supposed to have like a release date or something?
I think that this announcement is going to be similar to the Nintendo Switch reveal trailer. Is my assumption. And
Do
the
you
Nintendo
expect me to
Switch.
remember what that was like?
Well,
It's
okay,
like 7 years ago.
the Nintendo Switch reveal trailer showed, hey, this is a portable system. That was one of the things it featured. It showed some games. It didn't specifically say these games are coming out. It just showed people playing a 3D Mario game and Mario Kart 8 and Skyrim. Skyrim, I remember being heavily featured
Oh
in
yeah.
the reveal trailer. So I think it'll be things like that. We'll see some like maybe third party, and it's just gonna kind of like splash in and say, and then people will tear the trailer to shreds. Be like, oh yeah, look this feature and this thing. So,
I'm
yeah.
just hoping it is 95% Metroid Prime 4. Assuming that Metroid Prime 4 isn't already out by that point.
I'm still holding strong to my prediction for October this year for Metroid Prime 4. Yep. It's happening. It's happening. Would they do a cross-generation release for Metroid, do you think?
See,
That would be
that's a good
cool, but I
question,
just don't know
'cause
if they would do that.
Metroid just generally doesn't sell all that well.
Yeah.
Although, if I remember correctly, someone like pointed out that it's like their sales are generally on par with Fire Emblem, and there's been like 47 of those games in the last 2 years. So
Yeah,
I
1,000%.
like, so I don't know anymore. But it seems like they maybe wouldn't want to go through the extra effort for a game that they aren't expecting to sell crazy well.
Maybe. Maybe so.
At this point, I kind of hope it is. Because
Yeah.
why not? We've waited this long.
So that comes out of reports around, you know, the Nintendo investor call, their annual earnings reports and investor calls. Is this annual or I don't remember how often they have. They have these fairly often. I think these are quarterly. But in addition to that, we also learned that Nintendo Switch has passed 140 million in sales. And as Monkey Thunder pointed out, that's their projected sales for this year is 13 million, which would bring their total to 155 million, which is just short of the lifetime PS2 sales. So if they play their cards right, they could be the best-selling home console of all time. Finally,
be pretty cool.
Finally, taking down PlayStation 2, and I am all for it. I'm all for it. PlayStation 2 needs to fall.
Or like PlayStation poo.
Yeah. Oh.
Got him.
Yeah, we certainly did. So yeah, there's that. What's our next news item?
Well, the Nintendo Direct. Well, there will be a Nintendo Direct in June, and it will focus solely on Switch games. So no Switch 2.
Yeah. We're announcing the sequel in this fiscal year. Right now, actually, next month. that would be very funny if they did that. But yeah, so I wonder what are we getting? what could we be getting? I'll tell you what we're not getting. We're not getting this brand new announcement that they because they already announced it. We're not getting this in the Direct. It's the Nintendo World Championships NES edition. That is the full title. Nintendo World Championships NES edition. Did you see the trailer for this game?
I did.
I was so confused by this trailer. It starts as like a little documentary, and it brings back a bunch of competitors from the Nintendo World Championships held in 2017. You know, the one Reggie trained for by playing with the Virtual Boy and lifting like I think it was GameCubes he was lifting.
They got those handles.
Yep. The yeah, so that was the starting of the trailer, and it was like, what is this a trailer for? And then that goes for a long time. I feel like that was like 3 minutes of them just kind of like talking in these like little mini interview type situations, and then like, and now it returns to a living room near you. Like, oh, they're making a game where you do speed runs.
Yeah, the little speedrun challenges from these different games.
Yeah, I'm a little baffled by this game. It was like, how fast can you grab a mushroom on level 1 of Mario? I'm like, is that?
Yeah, it was like 6 seconds.
Yeah,
So get in and like, oh yeah.
All the ones they showed were like seconds long. I was like, this doesn't seem that engaging.
It sounds like a cool WarioWare game. WarioWare, if it was good.
WarioWare is good. What? You don't like WarioWare?
No, actually, WarioWare is good. I actually like those games quite a bit.
It's awesome. But I think this is one I'm going to pick up because I think it would be fun for streaming, and I like the idea of like online multiplayer and having like the competitive leaderboard. It's a cool idea. I'm excited to see how it's executed.
Yeah, seems like one of those games that'll get my competitive juices flowing.
Yeah,
until I've beaten every single one of your records and
Well,
left you a broken shell of a man.
hopefully those competitive juices are flowing before you get the game so that you can land one of the deluxe editions that come with a replica gold Nintendo World Championships cartridge.
NES
Nintendo
cartridge.
NES cartridge. Gosh, that's such a mouthful. Some commemorative pins and art cards. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, as far as special editions go, it looks pretty good.
Do you think
It's
they're?
not crazy expensive.
I
think
saw
it's like
someone.
60
I don't
for
remember
30.
who was talking about this, but you think because this is NES edition, there's going to be more editions, like Super Nintendo edition,
It
N64 edition,
certainly leaves the door open.
or did they just name this super weird?
But I mean, maybe they just want to be specific, so consumers weren't like, "Oh man, I thought there were going to be N64 games on this, or Switch games." But no, it's just the NES.
Japan's deluxe edition comes with Famicom like controllers. I don't know if those are functional or decorative, but they don't come with the cartridge. I'm gonna assume they're
But
decorative.
I think those are kind of cooler, anyways. I mean, you get two of them. I don't know.
I like both. I do like me a gold cartridge. I'm a sucker for when they are like, yeah, it's a gold one, like they do for Zelda. I'm
They
like, oh,
specify it is
I'll
not.
buy it.
It is not playable.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Monkey Thunder
It says
says the controllers are
controls.
functional.
Oh
That's
shoot! Well,
way cooler.
that's
Then
way better than yeah. But what do you expect? Japan gets way cooler stuff than us all the time. All the time they do. And that is that game. Oh, the end of the trailer I thought was pretty fun. They showed a guy walks in with popcorn bowl. He's like, "What you guys playing?" This takes me way back, and it's the guy that won the Nintendo Championship in 1990. So that's cool.
that's pretty cool, I guess.
I don't
I
have.
definitely recognized him.
I didn't recognize any of these people, and that
I
was
was
what
like,
was funny.
"Who are these?
That was
Who
that
are
was kind of
these people?"
yeah, that was kind of funny to me because they were sort of treated in the commercial like they were like well-known Olympic athletes or something. You know what I mean? Like, oh, look at this
Yeah.
celebrity, but they aren't. But but it's also cool that they got that recognition. I think that that's cool, and they should be celebrities because they won the Nintendo World Championship. That's cool.
Or they were.
But also, they should just keep having the Nintendo World Championships. I don't want to. I do want a
Yeah, they
game,
should
but
bring it back.
can we just make it a competition too? Maybe we can just do that though. Now that we have the game, we can use the game to host our own championship.
True.
Let us know
would be
out there
cool.
if you're listening. Do you want us to host that? Do you want us to do a Nintendo World Championships? Oh my gosh, I can't say the full title. The Nintendo World Championships NES Edition World Championships?
There's no way it says World Championships in there twice.
No, but it would be that because it's the
Oh,
game,
I see.
and then it's the yeah.
Because it's okay. Now I'm on the same page.
Yeah. The Nintendo Pals Nintendo World Championships NES Edition Nintendo Championships. That's a great title. That's a great title.
It's certainly a title.
It wouldn't fit the character limit to post to Twitter. And speaking of, June 10th, Nintendo will be removing Twitter integration from the Switch. Posting screenshots and videos to Facebook will continue to be available, but it may also be discontinued at a later date. You will no longer be able to post to Twitter from your Switch.
Which
Darn it.
I'm not really sure that
Dang
many
it.
people were doing.
I used it on occasion. It was a good way to get some like social media posts out on Twitter, but that was before Twitter became a dumpster fire. Like I used to get engagement on that platform. Like we'd post Nintendo Pal stuff. Nowadays, post anything out there, no one's going to see it. Very few people are going to see it, and very few people are going to interact with it. And it's because we're not a blue check mark account. We're just not getting boosted at all. So I've sort of abandoned Twitter as a like creator, and we'll use it to interact with our podcasting buddies and post things occasionally. But yeah, seems like Nintendo's doing the same, and it just makes you wonder, like, what's happening? I don't think that platform's making any wins. It's just losing. It went from being like one of the top dogs in the social media space to, I feel like, being not great at all. But kind of all social media has been struggling lately.
It seems like none of them have been doing as well.
Yeah, they're not doing as good, or the government's just straight out banning them. Yeah, it's just the way it is. What's our next news item?
It's a good question. It looks like there will be a new Zelda art book, but only for Japan.
At least for now, we don't know if we'll get more. I mean, the title is Masterworks in English.
Yeah, which does seem kind of weird.
But I'm hopeful that we see it. We also will see a CD set. I think this was we mentioned this a few weeks ago. Spider Sham posted this, but it was like officially shown now. Shout out and thanks to Monkey Thunder over on the news channel. And this is a CD set for Tears of the Kingdom, and I want it. I want it, even though I don't have a way to play CDs. I just want to own the music, man.
What?
That's cool.
You don't have a disk drive in your PC?
No, I don't. The future is now. We don't need disk drives anymore.
I guess you could just frame it on your wall or something.
Just put it up on the shelf. Speaking of frame it, put it up on the shelf. Did you see the Master Sword replica?
Heck yeah.
Now, you don't need one of those because you already have one. But I'm not going to lie. This thing is sick. I like this a lot. I would really like to own this, but
it looks like it's only
$200.
200, but it makes like sounds and stuff.
Does it?
Built-in vibration gimmick.
What does that mean?
It contains sound effects related to the Master Sword and songs from the Legend of Zelda series. By songs, I feel like probably those like 3-note jingles they have.
You can order it from the bigbadtoystore.com. Yeah, I want it.
I guess 42 centimeters. That's like 3 feet. That seems kind of like a regular sword length, right?
I don't know, but it looks cool. I want it. I want it, but I probably won't get it.
It's made of ABS.
Of
What does that
abs?
mean?
Wow.
I was wondering, is this metal or just like plastic?
Real abs?
It's an opaque thermoplastic, of course.
Huh. I'm a little less impressed by that.
It's strong and rigid and offers high quality scratch resistant surface finish. Wow.
Yeah. You gonna pick this up?
Nah, but it is cool.
Do you still have your replica?
Heck yeah, I have it right over there.
You should pull it out for the video watchers. This is a reward if you watch the video version of the podcast or the live stream. If you're an audio listener, sucks to suck. No, I'm just kidding. You guys are great. I'll describe it to you. Look at this. He has an actual sword.
It's a little over 3 feet. Oh, wait a second. 42 inches is also like 3.5 feet, now that I think about it.
That looks cool, man. Fully sheathed. And that's like actually metal.
Actually, yeah. I'm relatively confident, at least. It definitely seems like metal, and it's also kind of slightly pointy.
Like you could actually hurt somebody with that.
Like, yeah, if someone broke into my house right now, I could definitely fend them off with this bad boy.
They'd be like, "Shoot, I'm beat. I'm out. I'm
You
out."
broke into the wrong house.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When you won that competition that we had, where you won that,
It's the greatest day of my life.
I was so sad. I was so sad. I really wanted to win that, but I
Yeah, I
did.
remember we had to have some like kind of rule discussions about how the points were being distributed and whatnot, and I had to try very, very hard to not be biased. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys should be rewarded points for that, because I mean, I want that sword.
It's so good. Is there anything else to talk about in news that we missed? Nintendo in their investor call reaffirmed that they will continue to release physical games. So they're not going all digital
Yet.
Yeah. I think they see too many sales from it. Like Nintendo, for other systems, maybe it's not as big of a deal to people, but Nintendo physical collectors are a different breed of gamer, and people cling to those, and they retain their value, and people like to have a physical good. That's just kind of like a Nintendo thing, you know. Weird that it's just a Nintendo thing now, but that's the way things have gone. And I think that might be it for news. But we got a lot to talk about with our friends over in the rumor mill. I forgot I need to send you that soundbite. That one's on me. The rumor Pikmin we send out every week to collect rumors are a buzzin' with them rumors because the Switch 2 gotta be coming. So man, there's so much to talk about in the rumor mill this week. So let's start with I'll start with new trademarks were filed for Kirby and the Rainbow paintbrush. And what could it mean? Well, it could be and another rumor around that, a game in development at Nintendo with the codename Banquet. So, rumors swirling around for a Kirby title. Now, Kirby releases a lot of games. But we've had a lot of Kirby Switch games. Right? I can name 3 off the top of my head. You got
I can remember Dream Buffet.
Yeah, we got Dream Buffet, Kirby and the Forgotten Lands, and then Kirby's Return to Dreamland Deluxe. And then there was the first one that came out on Switch where you like use the hearts to get friends. I can't remember what that one's called.
According to this, though, ND Cube's games usually have food-related codenames, so
it could be anything.
I know a lot of people are speculating since it's Banquet, it's Kirby, but that might not mean anything.
That's fair. But Kirby Rainbow Paintbrush? What is that? Is that the Kirby and the Rainbow Curse? That's the one where you draw paths.
I feel like all Kirby games names just blend together. And I don't remember which one's which. Except Forgotten Land, because that one came out recent enough.
Yeah, Forgotten Land. Kirby Star Allies is the one I was forgetting about. Also, Super Kirby Clash Deluxe was on Switch. We also had Kirby Fighters 2, I think. That's one. Yeah. There's been a bunch. I'm sorry, I'm watching Midna over here. She's meowing at me, and I don't know what she needs. Okay, she sat down. She's falling asleep. All right. What's next in the room, Micah?
There's a rumor that there will be a fancy Tears of the Kingdom first anniversary surprise planned.
Yeah, which I think is the CD and art book.
Yeah, so I think that was confirmed with the CD and other fancy things. Apparently, the CD will contain 344 tracks. That feels excessive almost.
There's a lot of music in Tears of the Kingdom.
Also, this image shows like 9 CDs. What?
I mean, how old you gonna fit 130 something tracks?
344? I feel like they should just get a real big CD.
A record?
Yeah.
Even that has limits.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure records actually are way more limited.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty exciting. I like it. We also have some Famiboard detective work happening here. They've been tracking shipment and customs data between Nintendo, Nvidia, and others to find hints of Switch 2 specs. And this person here says that they haven't fully compiled the list yet, but from the shipment listings, the console has 12 gigs of RAM from 6 gigabyte. There's like the full tech specs here. From 2 6 gigabyte RAM sticks. The internal storage is 256 gigs.
Would it be nice? So they usually give us like 32.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean anymore. I just ordered today a new micro SD card. I took a risk here because this was one that was heavily discounted on Amazon from a company I do not know. And I verified through the details of the card that it's like an actual SD card, not a flash card. Be careful when you're shopping; you might get a flash card, which is not really designed for Switch or game data. It's more for things that record that use low power, something like a security camera or like a dash cam. It's more what that is for. And I verified that this is not that, and I got a 1 terabyte card for $30. Is it a scam? Well, about to find out.
1 terabyte for 30? That's pretty good.
Yep.
Some might say.
Too good. But I figured it's on Amazon, and if you
usually pretty good.
If you don't receive your product or there's something wrong with it, like Amazon's really good about returns and all that. So I feel less risk. I'm hopeful that it's just actually as good as it says it is. 1 terabyte? I'd never need another micro SD card for my Switch again, unless they release Baldur's Gate 3. Then that'll take up about half of it.
It'll take up. Yeah, it's so big. Yeah, I got one hard drive specifically for Baldur's Gate. My PC. So only thing that fits on there.
So in addition to that, we got more specs based off of people doing digging. Now, this is all rumor. This is all hearsay. Nothing confirmed yet. But here's a list of some of the stuff. In handheld, you're going to be seeing quality right above a PS4 before DLSS. docked between a PS4 Pro and Xbox Series S before DLSS with more modern hardware than the former. RAM will be slower than PS5 and Xbox Series XS in the speed department, but more capacity than the Xbox Series S. So yeah, we should have some put here. We should have 10.5 to 11 gigs of RAM available, going by the switches, the current switches, 1 RAM of allotment for its operating system, which is decently fast. I mean, 12 isn't like phenomenal, but the Switch is also only doing one thing, you know. Or,
Yeah,
well, I mean, it's doing multiple things on it, but it's a game system.
dedicated for gaming.
Yes, it's not a PC where that same spot would be using RAM for web browsers, games, documents. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying here. We also are seeing that it looks to be that Switch 2 is switching from NVIDIA to AMD. I'm sorry, switching to NVIDIA from AMD. And there's a lot of benefits that come from that. I think right now NVIDIA is kind of top dog in the computer graphics space. AMD has comparable stuff, but NVIDIA just has higher highs. If that makes any sense. I'm missing anything else in here that I want to highlight. The native tensor cores of the Switch 2 will allow for DLSS. And DLSS is basically a fancy graphics upscaling tech that does more with less. I'm trying to make this simple and trying to put this in terms that are like more digestible here. But
According to this site, it's a revolutionary breakthrough in AI graphics that multiplies performance.
Yeah, it's using AI to make the graphical experience more better, and it's especially good for something where, in this case, on a potentially older or less top of the line graphics card to match more top of the line graphics cards.
Because
in functionality,
essentially it helps it have more frames. Essentially,
yeah,
my understanding.
Yep.
Without
cool
having to
stuff.
work so hard.
I am excited. I am excited for the Switch 2. I think it is going to be a big graphical improvement. It's kind of shaping up to be exactly what people want, which is unsettling from Nintendo. What's going on? You guys can't just be giving what people are asking for. There's got to be some catch here. Psych! It's the Wii U 2! All of that was fake! We've been
It's
feeding
just
fake
the
information.
Wii U. They start selling their unsold Wii U stock. That'd be a good April Fool's joke announcement. That's when they should announce the new system, and they just show off the Wii U. That would be so funny to me.
What else we got in the rumor mill, Micah?
Well, we got some news / a Twitter post from Papagenos. I also don't even know if I'm saying that right, which they have a pretty good history on some leaks and whatnot. but they posted saying that Tears of the Kingdom had a great Zelda design, and I think we are severely overdue for a game where Zelda is the main character. And Monkey Thunder pointed out that if you look at the random capital letters in his tweet, it spells out this is a hint. So kind of seems like they are suggesting that we will be getting a Zelda game where Zelda is actually the main character. Probably some sort of spin-off style of game, I would imagine, but
Princess
who
Zelda
knows?
Showtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. What would she? What would it be like? A getting captured simulator?
She's a
Just kidding.
that'd be so funny.
It's just like
No matter what you
extremely.
do, like at the end of the story, you just get captured by Ganondorf, and then you have to wait for Link to save you.
Yeah, I mean, this is a hint. Could be a hint to just anything Zelda related, right? Because
Maybe.
you know what we still haven't seen? Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD ports, and we got totally sidetracked earlier talking about what could we be seeing in June for this June direct, and that's my prediction: HD Zeldas finally
I don't know.
coming.
I just don't feel that in my bones. Everyone's
Mm.
like, it's all about that Twilight Princess and the other ones that haven't
The
come
Wind
out
Waker,
yet or something.
the Wind Waker.
They do it
Forgot the
again
name.
though. I mean,
Yeah, I don't
they
know.
remade it for Wii U. I mean, I don't know.
I know, but the Wii
I
U.
don't know.
How many
I'm just
copies were
not really
sold?
feeling it.
I yeah, I don't know. It's just like everything from the Wii U has to be ported, and we know we are in the last year now, right? Like this is the last year of the Switch.
Sort
So
of. I mean, they could
are
announce
they
it that it's coming
holding?
out in 3 years. So I mean, you never
So,
really
so
know.
true. So are they holding games for that launch? And so we're not going to see any more big ticket like first party titles. No new 3D Mario or more new Zelda. And I'm my guess is we're going to see a lot of remasters and remakes to kind of be a stopgap. And there'll be ones that people want. Like, I mean, Thousand Year Door was one people wanted. I think Luigi's Mansion 2 is one people want. What
Yeah,
else
Mario
is there?
RPG.
Yeah. Yep. I think the HD Zeldas are.
We even got Metroid remastered.
Yep.
We got a bunch of good remakes.
What's left on the GameCube to port over? I think Luigi's Mansion 1, right? That's got to be
I mean, yeah.
coming, right? Put the whole
But I mean,
trilogy on there.
at this point, I feel like that's not coming as well. But it would be cool to have the whole trilogy playable on the Switch.
Maybe they'll finally do it, Micah. Nintendo Land on Switch. I don't know how,
Switch 2.
but that's coming. If that happens, I'll have another Nintendo Switch Sports reaction where I just lose my mind.
But you'll actually play this one and enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, Nintendo Switch Sports I did play and enjoy, but it wasn't what I
The
thought
magic
it was going to
gone.
be. So, maybe we'll just get a remake of Wii Sports Resort. That would be awesome.
That'd be cool too.
Actually, that's completely doable with Switch tech. There's nothing in there that like requires like the aim. You could just use regular motion controls for all that stuff. I don't know. Just bring us more stuff. I think we're just gonna get but that's what I think is gonna fill the gap. And then we're gonna get these like weird one-off titles like the Nintendo Championships NES edition. We'll probably see more kind of oddball, like, oh, that's a random project for them to have been working on. Everybody 1-2 switch, everybody 1-2-3 switch. Like, I think
Always
we'll see some like odd here and there kinds of things, and then some big ticket remasters and ports. My hope, Kid Icarus Uprising. That's my hope.
Kirby's Alright. That's the remaster we need.
Oh, that would be so good. Yeah, games that are hard to find and play is what I would like. But I think that about wraps it up for the rumor mill, right?
I think so.
Oh, let's talk about people have found Nintendo Switch 2's code name potentially, and it is
Maybe
Muji, Muji, Muji.
which in Japanese apparently means no brown or no brand or nameless. So maybe they're just saying that they don't have a code name yet.
Whatever. It's the unnamed one. It's funny.
The console that shall not be named.
The console that shall not be named. Well, with that, I think that wraps up the rumor mill. Micah, what do you say we jump into the next segment of our show, which is the community corner? Community corner. We got some questions this week from Monkey Thunder. First question from Monkey Thunder. He has two in here. This one is a question that comes with a story. So I'll read the question and the story. What's the best deal that you have found, gaming or otherwise? Back in December 2017, there was a pricing error on Walmart, and they were selling Breath of the Wild's Explorer Edition for $5. You could try to price match somewhere like Best Buy. I ended up getting 3 copies of Breath of the Wild for like $16. Gave 2 copies away for Christmas and sold the other one for $40. It was the best deal I found by far. So, repeat of the question. What is the best deal that you have found?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a deal quite that good. But maybe. Not gaming related, at Walmart. I once found Top Ramen, 7 packets for $1. So, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Usually you only get like 3 packets for $1.
Yeah.
So
that's as cheap.
I was eating good.
So the first thing that comes to my mind for me is a tale closely related to Monkey Thunder and a pricing error on Walmart.com. And that is Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. If you bought the DLC, it accidentally came with the entire game. So I got the DLC for Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, and I got the whole game and the DLC. Pretty great deal. I think it was like $10. $5 maybe.
I think it was 5 or something.
Yeah, it was really cheap, and it seemed like it didn't work, and then it did. And I'm like, oh, that's really awesome. I love finding deals. Deals make me happy as a human being. So, unrelated to gaming story here. This last week, I've been looking for some skinny jeans. I've been wanting to, go back to the high school days. I used to wear skinny jeans all the time, if you recall. Back in the day.
Although they mostly just look like jeans on you.
Right. Because I have very small, skinny legs. And I was like, I'm gonna bring that back.
With all those swats, I bet they've been bulking up.
Yeah.
You might have to buy some regular jeans.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I haven't had skinny jeans for a long time. So I decided I'd look. But it's hard to find things in my size. I'm a skinny guy. Generally speaking, I'm not like as skinny as I was in high school. I need like a 28-inch waist.
You're also tall.
Yes, that's the
Which
hard part. So finding things in my size with like skinny-ish waist, what I would consider to be a semi skinny waist, not extreme, and like a long pant leg is hard. Eventually landed on Hollister.com, and they had, because I could custom order in my size, and they had sales going for $20 for a pair of skinny jeans. I was like, that's a pretty good deal. Regularly $60. They were just like mega discounted. And so I was streaming. No, I wasn't streaming. I was doing something at the time, editing a video, I think. And I asked my wife, could you put in the like card info and stuff for this buy for me? And she's like, okay, yeah, it looks like they'll be here next Thursday. So I waited till next Thursday, and I called in and was like, hey, did my order come in? And they did not have an order for me. And I went, oh. And I went in. I'm throwing my wife under the bus here. This is just an accident though. I go on to the website and it's still sitting in the cart, not purchased. Not only that, but the sale had ended. So they were $60 again. And I was like, oh man, I was really looking forward to it because I've been looking for jeans that fit. It's hard to find. So I only have a couple pairs. So I was like, what if we just go to the store instead? And my wife's like, yeah, let's do it. And I am so glad we did because, Micah, I kid you not, they have a separate discount section in the store. I got a pair of perfectly fitting pants for $11.
wow.
Even better than the online deal that I'm
Incredible.
excited to get. So it was a happy accident that it didn't work out because I got an even better pair of pants. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about that.
That's pretty good. I mean, it's almost as good as getting like 12 pants for $60 at Old Navy.
Did you do that?
I did do that, yes. I think I got, or it was something. Maybe I got 6 shirts and 6 pants. They had some sale thing where like they just had plain t-shirts that were $5, and they were very comfortable. And then they had like the shorts that I still wear to this day. There you go. They look kind of like that, but more for those that could see.
They kind of look like that, but more.
I mean, like
perfect description.
15 years later, I'm still wearing these same pairs of shorts.
Let's go.
So yeah, it's pretty good.
Kind of baffling that you still fit in the same pair of shorts from 15 years ago.
Yeah, they're stretchy. The elastics are all gone essentially, so I have to tie them.
Well, you also just haven't changed. You also just haven't changed much in size. Like overall.
Yeah, I bulked up a lot in my early days, and then kind of grew into it a little bit.
Then grew into it. Yeah. What other deals? I'm a huge fan.
Desert Storm for $7.50 in the bargain bin.
Great game and a great deal.
I feel like a lot of people might be like, that's probably the deserved price, but that game was fantastic.
I gotta say a shout out to Humble Bundle. I've gotten a lot of really cool games and deals from Humble Bundle. I purchased tons. You can't do this anymore, actually. But I purchased a lot of N64 games, including Mario 64, Mario Kart. What other first party? I think it was. No, not Pokemon Snap. Pokemon Stadium, and others from a thrift store for like $1 to $5 a piece, which is insane. You can't do that anymore because with the advent of online selling and shopping, anything of any remote value at all will never make it to the thrift store. Or if it does, if it does, the thrift store themselves now knows the value, and they will either try and sell it through their online, through other stores online, or put it into like or price it more expensively. I once found a limited edition Pikachu Game Boy Color, and it was $30. Like, it was a good price for a rare console, and it's like you just that won't happen anymore. That was like 10 years ago. Yeah. Other good deals. I'm sorry. I could go on with this for a while because I'm a deal hunter. I like to look for things online and get. We purchased this Shure microphone used, and it was about half price. This is an expensive microphone normally, so it was a really good discount. And Micah, you just bought yours, same kind of deal. It was about half off of what it would be brand new. So I like using like online shopping. My father-in-law wanted to get his own Switch. We found a Switch with like 7 games, 4 PowerA controllers, a Pro controller, a case, and a bunch of other accessories for $300. And it was like new. It's like you're not gonna find that in stores anywhere. You're only gonna get that from buying used. Anywho, that's my TED talk on finding cool sales. It's so fun when you find something on like a really steep discount. Oh man, I gotta get it. It's so cheap.
Yeah, I'm a little bit the
I
same
have a
way. I'm a
curse.
sucker for a good deal.
Yeah. Like a $50 plane ticket. Good deal. I might have to take
Maybe.
that. That's a tease to what may be coming in the future, y'all. That's right. $50 plane tickets for all of our fans. Just I just
Yeah,
spilled
you live
water.
in very specific locations.
I just spilled water all over my face. I was taking a drink and I lowered the glass too quickly, I guess, and it splashed out the back
With the
side.
backlash, yeah. See, that's why you guys just gotta go with contacts. You just blink.
I can't. You know I can't do contacts. They don't make them in my
You
like
just haven't
weird
tried
eye.
hard enough.
I did. I tried contacts and I liked them, except they didn't work. When they worked, they were great. Glasses all the way, or just surgery.
Yeah.
I just surgery.
Remember you called and you had to ask my advice on how to get the contacts out of your eyes. Say it's gotten like dry and stuff, which makes it difficult to extract.
It wasn't. Yeah, it was just I didn't know how to do it. And at the time, my wife wasn't using contacts, I think, and her advice wasn't helpful. It's like
because I mean, if your eyes get kind of dry, it gets hard, and then if your hands are also wet at the same time, it can actually be like super difficult to take them out.
I don't like putting contacts in, but it is nice to have contacts versus glasses. Way better. We have another question here in the chat from Fedora Will. What teams are y'all picking for the upcoming Splatfest? Remind me what the teams are. This was like what you're doing at the end of the world.
End of the world one, right?
Yeah.
Bro, what are the dates for that? The 18th.
What are you picking, Micah? Have you determined yet?
I have not decided yet.
I want to be.
I feel super strongly about.
Team Be a Hero.
I do like the image and the color scheme of Save the Day, so that's probably the one I'm leaning towards.
Yeah, Save the Day. Be a hero.
Although maybe the least actually likely out of all of them.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. If the world is actually ending, would you save the day? Probably wouldn't
Trust
be.
other people, more experienced people, to do that.
If I had the ability to, I would.
Even if it meant admitting that Ocarina of Time isn't as good as you remembered. It's kind of a
If it
little overrated.
saved the world, I'd do it. Yeah, for sure.
You'd have to mean it.
Well, I don't know if I could then. That would be outside of my ability.
So you let the world burn.
I would let the world burn. Well, what do you want me to do? Like change my
Admit
change?
admit it to yourself
Yeah, that's
and
hard.
accept.
That's hard to do. To lie
Get past
so
your
hard that it
bias.
lie so hard that it that even I believe it. People have done it
I
though.
mean, it's what you've been doing. You've been lying to yourself,
All these
not necessarily
years.
this whole time, but for a long time. You just got to face the truth. It's not as
Next
good.
question. You wanna fire the next question off? This one's another one from Monkey Thunder.
Asked by Monkey Thunder asks, with this upcoming direct in July likely being the final Switch direct, what are your expectations?
Do you think it'll be the
I think you
final
kind of.
one?
I mean,
I don't think so.
maybe.
No, I don't think so.
Do you think there'll be one more before holiday?
Yeah.
I mean, the final, I think, first party. So I
No.
feel like they're more like indie
No,
showcases.
I
and things,
think we'll
but
see another one towards the end of the year. I think we'll see another one towards the end of the year. Maybe September. June, July,
okay.
August, September. Yeah, September. And it's kind of announcing the holiday lineup or showing more details on what they announce in the June for the holiday lineup. That's my guess. And then maybe we see
And
the
they usually
console
have a
reveal.
September direct, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't think this is the final one. But what do I expect from this? I expect a lot of remakes and remasters, things that are kind of stopgaps. Nothing big first party.
Except for Metroid Prime 4. That's the only thing I'm expecting. The
Yeah, no,
whole
that's what I think.
direct
I
is
think that's
going to
coming
be
in.
Prime 4.
I think that's coming in the September one, and then it'll be like it's coming out because that's what they do for Metroid. They announce it, and then it comes out a month later. They don't give a lot of lead up, except for in this case,
This
they gave the
June
most lead up.
direct. This June direct or else.
We riot. We go to headquarters.
Certainly do something.
We bring the Crash Bandicoot suit guy. And we're like, hey, you suck. Hey, little plumber man.
That's, I don't remember any of his other burns he had, but those were the good old days of the console wars.
Those were. Anywho, yeah. So my prediction, actual prediction, is that we will see the Zelda HD remasters or remasters coming for Switch. And my hope is for Kid Icarus Uprising. And what are we missing? Switch.
Yeah,
Mario Baseball, Mario Sluggers.
F-Zero.
It's been a bit. Yep.
It's not.
Star Fox.
Oh, Star Fox would be good. Yeah,
A
there's not
Star
like a whole
Fox.
bunch I'm expecting from this direct. Except
What if they just give us like freaking like Star Fox Adventures or like is that's the one for GameCube, right? What's the one with the dinosaurs?
Yeah. And then they got Star Fox Adventure or
Yeah.
Adventures, I don't remember. And then there's also Star Fox Assault though.
Yeah.
Just
one of those.
Do 2 in 1.
They've been doing a lot of like GameCube remaster remakes, so that would make sense. And then third party, what will we see? Hollow Knight? Silk Song finally.
Is that real though?
Is it real? Who knows?
I think it's just an elaborate prank they've been playing
Pal World
for Switch.
for Switch. Let's do it. No, it's not nearly in a state for that. And I don't know if it ever will be. It seems like one of those games that's going to be in early access for infinity.
It's forever. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what third party. Oh, maybe we'll finally see the Master Chief collection on Switch. That was rumored.
Yeah,
That was rumored for a long time.
I don't see that happening.
Well, Microsoft's making a lot of terrible decisions, so we never know what's going to go on over there. Hi-Fi Rush? But who's going to put it on there because they shut down that studio?
Yeah.
Can we talk about this?
A
Can we
lot
talk
of
about
times they just have other studios that port the stuff.
Can we talk about Microsoft shutting down all these studios all of a sudden? Like, hey, Embracer Group 2, what are you doing? Like, what's going on? Like, these are like successful studios. Some unsuccessful studios. I think they shut down the ones behind Redfall. But they
Which
also
I think
were like,
they still haven't delivered like promised DLC or something.
yeah,
so
there was like DLC coming for that, and they're like, yeah, well, you know what? We gotta give them the boot.
and, like
you know,
people already paid for like $100 or something for the deluxe edition for that DLC, and it kind of seems like they're not going to get it.
Yeah, but just the mass layoffs in the games industry are so bizarre. What is going on? Why are all of these huge companies? I know the reason. I'm asking more like, well, I know the reasoning, but I'm still asking the question. Why are all these big huge companies acquiring a bunch of studios and then shutting down a bunch of projects and studios? And the answer to that is money. They are trying to become more appealing to investors and shareholders, and then they overpromise and can't afford to keep all that up and then shut it down. Also get the added benefit. I've seen some people talk about this is just straight monopoly behavior. It's like buy up your competitors and then shut them down. And suddenly you don't have as many competitors. It's like, that's scummy, but that is 100% what happened.
I mean, I don't think that's a good plan though, because with all these more and more indie developers and whatnot, there's too much competition for that to be too viable of a strategy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like majorly annoyed. You see that people are boycotting Game Pass. They're like not buying Game
I hadn't
Pass.
heard that.
Yep. I don't know if there's going to be enough of a movement there to like make Microsoft go like, oh shoot, we're sorry, everybody. Kind of like
probably not. What are they gonna do then? Just hire them back? Like, hey, we'll reopen the studio.
What about
it's a little too late for them to fix it?
How about the whole debacle with the Helldivers 2?
Oh yeah,
It's like, I mean,
the PlayStation account being required, and they got review bombed into oblivion.
Boycotting that made them backtrack.
Yeah, but that's something they could backtrack. I feel like they shut down these companies. Some of them, probably a lot of them, have probably already found other jobs and wouldn't want to come back.
Yeah,
it's a little too late for them to fix that.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a quote here from Sven think I don't know how you say his name.
Baldur's Gate dude.
Yeah. Talking about the game industry. He criticized. Let's see if I can find. Right here. He stated that laying off significant portions of staff ruins things for the entire industry. Corporations seem to only care about quarterly profits instead of the overall project, and that this leads to mistakes that not only cost talented developers their jobs, but also comes at the cost of companies over time as well, since they end up hiring back new developers anyway. Like this is his quote, you can make reserves, just slow down a bit, slow down on the greed, be resilient, take care of the people, don't lose the institutional knowledge that's been built up in the people you lose every single time, so that you have to go through the same cycle over and over. It really pisses me off. And I mean, he's right. He's looking around at these other studios and being like, this is the whole industry is like in shambles right now. Now, I think that this is more US and Western issue, but I mean that's a big portion of the gaming industry. 'Cause I don't think that these problems are plaguing Nintendo as hard. I don't feel like there hasn't been mass layoffs. Even like Wii U time period, there wasn't like mass layoffs. I don't remember there being anything like that.
Yeah, not that I recall, at least.
That
kind of would have been the time to do it.
Yeah,
or probably some, maybe, but.
And and also people talking about like Nintendo needs to acquire so and so and so and so, and it's like, no, this is why they're so conservative, because they are taking. I mean, they care about profits and as much as anybody else, but they want to keep their people. I think. Why do you think Miyamoto stayed with them for this long? Like it's like people like to work for a company that's going to take care of them, and so like Nintendo are no saints, but at least the people there aren't like looking at just getting randomly laid off, even if they're successful at their job. Like that just doesn't seem to be as big of an issue.
It's like extra wild that the Hi-Fi Rush developers got closed down, because it seemed like that went really well.
And they were working on a sequel.
Like, oh, yeah, I hadn't heard about that.
Yeah, doesn't make any sense at all. It's absolutely baffling. Then did you see? Since we're on this topic, headline: Microsoft says it needs games like Hi-Fi Rush the day after killing its studio. Xbox Studios leaders describe wanting small and prestigious games in town hall with employees. It's just bad. That's bad. That's bad. That's a bad look.
It's like, it doesn't make sense. That it almost seems like there has to be something going on behind the scenes to explain why they would close them down. Yeah,
there was the tweet by Mike Ibarra, who's like one of the he's the Microsoft CEO. I don't know who he's a head honcho at Microsoft, and he's like, Phil is getting a lot of shots over all these announcements, but knowing him as a human, it hurts him as much as anybody else. Can't speak for all the leadership there, but I know him, and I know it's like, shut up, dude. You don't know. No, like it's not like this isn't like the Sony thing. We decided to force game accounts on a game.
I mean, and There
And
were reasons why they would want everyone to get. I don't remember exactly all of them, but it would help with like actually banning people that were doing things they shouldn't do instead of just making it easy for them to make new accounts and whatnot,
well, and at the end of
and
the
to keep
day,
track of other things. But
at the end of the day, it took away people's ability to play a game. It didn't
1 minute.
it didn't take away people's jobs, people's livelihoods. You know what I mean? It's like it's just baffling. I just cannot wrap my head around it. And then I think one of the worst things you can do as a leader in this position is to be like, "Oh, but we're humans, so remember." Like, it's like, no, dude, you can't go and lay off, end people's careers, like fire hundreds and hundreds of people, and then be like, "Oh, ouchie, you're gonna hurt their feelings." It's like you can't. You are in the position. You made the call. You have to. You own it. You own it. Like that's the way it is. And yeah, I don't know, man. Like if I was Phil Spencer, first off, I wouldn't have done this. I would have probably well, I don't know. I don't know how game industry leadership works, but it's like I understand shutting down unsuccessful studios, but in order to make it like a positive experience for people, I think diversing your workforce, taking people that were working on the bad project that were good workers and moving them out, and emphasizing that as a leader, like, where this studio has failed, but the people in it, we're going to take the best of the best and move them out and focus on that instead of just, we're shutting down the studio, we're shutting down this studio with no and it just feels random and wild. Yeah. Yep. That's all I have to say about that. I just think that that's all wild. Micah, what do you say we move into the last portion of our show? We put out for a last week we asked you, and we didn't get any responses. So we'll need to put that out again. Give us your top 5 games of all time. Top 5 games of all time. Hit us up on Discord or social media. You can reply on Spotify if you are listening over there. Or if you're watching on YouTube, leave a comment. Let's move to the last segment of our show, Micah, and let's go to the PAL topic. All right. Today's PAL topic. We are going to be doing another AI battle, but this time the trick is that it will be completely random. And what do I mean by that? Well, Micah and I are each going to draft a team of 5 Nintendo characters. And then we are going to ask ChatGPT to come up with a random team-based fighting scenario. Right? That's kind of what we decided.
Yeah.
And then we will give them the list of the 5 characters. So we don't know what the scenario is. We're not drafting towards skills. And ChatGPT will be picking the roles of these characters. So we
I guess kind of try and choose some sort of well-rounded team to fit any possible occasion.
Yes, that's the goal.
Probably once again ban Mewtwo and maybe just all Pokemon, since some of them are wildly broken.
Pokemon are banned. That's fair. So, Micah, I'll let you have the first draft pick here.
Ooh. I'm going to go with go Ganondorf, my boy.
Ganondorf. It's a good pick. I guess I should have a list up here.
I was like, I need to open up a note thing so I remember who I chose myself.
Are we still implementing the rule where we can't use characters we've used before?
No.
Fairly certain we've used Ganondorf.
we've definitely used Ganondorf, and I don't remember all the other characters we've used. And I forgot that was a rule last time.
Okay, well, this is not just to counter your pick. I was going to say Link.
I'm just going to see. Sounds likely.
Yep. Who are you picking for your
Everyone knows Ganondorf would really win. Let's go
unless
with
it's tennis. Just kidding.
Samus.
Samus. I like it. I'm just gonna go with my favorite characters.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Waluigi. I'm taking Waluigi.
I was
for
mildly
number
tempted to choose Waluigi just to spite
so I
you,
couldn't.
but I also really didn't want him on my team.
Haha. Very funny. Third pick for you,
Okay, let's see. Let's go with Yoshi. I am
Yoshi.
absolutely just choosing my favorites for sure.
Got Link. I've got Waluigi. Man. Who else do I want? I want well-rounded characters.
Well, you should probably choose Mario then. He's like the most well-rounded of them all.
Yeah. Link and Mario on a team? It's pretty good.
I mean, it's all right, I guess.
I'll go with Mario. Putting Mario and Waluigi.
Now I'm not quite sure who to choose. I feel like I'm forgetting a really good choice. But I'm you with Mario. I feel like I kind of have to at this point. I can go with Luigi.
Nice. My fourth pick is gonna be Kirby. Kirby's one of those. Kirby's one of those characters that's kind of broken.
Yeah, exactly. For some reason, he just feels like a boring pick to me. But then I chose Luigi, and I feel like that's not the most exciting pick either.
Luigi's a very exciting pick.
Incredibly dateable.
Spouse material, even. Yes, for sure.
Let's see. Now I gotta bring up a list of Nintendo characters
for your final pick.
Because I've forgotten everyone. Because I kind of got my power character. Samus is like powerful and pretty agile. Yoshi's speed. Luigi's got that X factor. What am I missing? Thought about Ridley, but that's probably not the best with Samus. You know what? Let's go for what some would call an okay pick. Ness. The best Smash Brothers taunt.
What some would call
okay.
Yeah, it took me a second.
Okay.
It took a second for me to type it out and then realize the joke you had made. And then I was like, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't know if my strategy has become apparent at all here, but I've just picked main characters for everything except for Waluigi.
It's probably good.
And they're all like genuinely considered hero good guys, and I'm hoping that the AI may
picks up on that.
Strat, yeah.
Except for Waluigi. It's the start of the prompt of the AI is gonna be like the criminal leader of the group, Waluigi.
Yeah, 100%.
Wants to go on a stabbing spree.
I don't know, man. I want to pick someone from a like different series. One that I haven't touched yet.
I mean, I'm real surprised with someone you haven't chosen that I thought you would choose as your last.
Well, do you want to just give it to me and I'll pick that one?
No. Okay, you got me. It was Bandana Waddle Dee.
Bandana Waddle Dee. That would actually be that's a pretty good pick. But I think I'll probably go with Pitt.
Yep, there it is.
Oh,
That's what I was thinking you're gonna go with.
okay. So now,
With how much you've been mentioning how you want Kid Icarus Uprising or whatever
yeah,
it was to be remade, I forgot his name was Pitt for a second.
you're like, you just
I was
want
like,
Kid Icarus.
you're like Pitt, not Kid Icarus. What an idiot!
Why is Zelda a boy? It's the same energy here. Okay, so I've got my ChatGPT prompt up here, and we're going to first ask. We need a made up scenario
Group activity or scenario for 5 people
where
to participate in on each team.
where teams where 2 teams of 5 people slash characters battle it out or compete in some sort of way. What scenario would you suggest, and what would the 5 roles of the team members be? Let's see what it gives me for this. We are not giving it a lot. We're just like, we need a hypothetical.
Which you want, yeah.
So let's
Make
see what
some
it
stuff up.
comes up with. Okay, off rip here. How about a scenario set in a futuristic, post-apocalyptic world where 2 rival teams compete in a high-stakes scavenger hunt to secure vital resources for the respective factions? Let's call them Team Alpha and Team Omega.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Here are the 5 roles. The leader, a tactical genius who orchestrates the team's movement and strategies, makes split-second decisions to outmaneuver their opponents. 2, the scout, a nimble and stealthy member who ventures into dangerous territories to gather intel and locate valuable resources. The technician. Wait, why are the teams have different
They
roles?
have different roles, slightly different. They're very similar.
We'll probably just keep the one. I'm not going to read through all these, but we've got the leader, the scout, the technician, the bruiser, and the medic. Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of like Team Omega's team names.
The
But they have
strategist,
the tracker, which
the tracker, the hacker,
I got a bounty hunter on my team.
the
A bounty
brawler,
hunter.
and the field medic.
I feel like I got a couple of these missing from my team.
In this competition, each team must navigate treacherous terrain, overcome obstacles. Okay. Awesome. Can you generate a story around this scenario? Do you want Team Omega, I'm assuming? I'm cool with being Team Alpha. I don't care either way. They're basically the same.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. For Team Alpha, the team will be made up of Mario, Link, Waluigi.
I'm hoping they don't assign
Kirby,
these characters in like the
and
worst roles possible.
Pit.
I'm gonna end up with Ganondorf, the medic. He punches your pain away.
And then I put in parentheses, assign whichever character you would like to whichever role. That did. Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
And okay. And for Team Omega. Omega team will be up of Ganondorf. Or I'll start with Samus, so it doesn't start with a villain, so it doesn't seem so clearly
So does it
villainous.
count me as the villains?
Yeah. Samus, Yoshi,
Yeah,
Ganondorf,
that was some good thinking on your part to not choose villains.
Luigi. Well, I do have Waluigi, who I think the AI may consider a villain.
Oh yeah, maybe it's because of all the villainous things he does.
And then I will put a note to again, assign whichever character you would like to whichever role. Okay. In the generated / simulated scenario, tell an exciting story and make sure there is only one team that is the final winner. That's it, right? I think that's it. You ready to see who wins with our
Ready.
randomly drafted for this random scenario? And the random scenario is one that we've talked about doing, actually. I was like, oh yeah, we should do this at some point. Post-apocalyptic bunker type scenario. So
I mean, I feel like Ganondorf should be pretty good at this, considering he oftentimes makes apocalyptic future. Yeah, post-apocalyptic future. So he should be real good at this.
He thrives.
Sort of thing.
He thrives. All right.
Natural habitat.
In the desolate wastelands of post-apocalyptic Earth, where resources are scarce and factions vie for dominance, two teams emerged as the most formidable contenders, Team Alpha and Team Omega. Team Alpha, led by the strategic genius Mario, comprised a diverse group of survivors. Link, the nimble scout, ventured into dangerous ruins to gather intel, while Waluigi, the cunning technician, hacked into abandoned security systems to gain advantages. Kirby, the powerhouse bruiser. I mean, that's fair. That's fair in that one. Protected the team with unrivaled combat prowess, while Pit, the compassionate medic, tended to their wounds and kept morale high. I think it just kind of spat it in the list format that I gave it. We'll see what it did for yours. Facing them was
that's pretty good.
Team Omega, led by enigmatic Samus. Yoshi, the keen-eyed tracker, skillfully navigated. I feel like that was a reversal of roles there. She should have been the tracker, but whatever. Skillfully navigated the treacherous terrain, while Ganondorf, the master hacker,
he punches those viruses into computer systems,
disrupted enemy
communication, know how it be,
and safeguarded their data. Thanks, Ganon, for being of EPN.
And then
Luigi, the ferocious brawler, unleashed his fury upon rival scavengers, while Ness, the resourceful field medic, ensured the team remained in top fighting condition. Not the best assignment of roles.
Maybe not as good as I was hoping. But to be fair, I think Samus and Yoshi, those are how I would have put them. Because I don't think Yoshi is quite as good of a tactician, but I think Yoshi could be a good tracker, sniffing those fruits especially. Yeah. Runs a bunch.
I think
hopefully we're tracking fruits.
I think Luigi or Ness the hacker. And definitely Ganondorf is the
brawler.
Ferocious brawler.
Hey,
Luigi's like, you hold my mushroom. I got this, Ganon.
Luigi's a scaredy cat, but you back him into a corner, and oh boy, he's a ferocious brawler.
For my brother.
I mean, his running attack in Smash Bros. That is grade A brawler tactics.
Okay. The scavenger hunt began with both teams racing to secure a cache of vital resources rumored to be hidden within a decaying city. Team Alpha and Team Omega clashed amidst crumbling buildings and irradiated streets, each utilizing their unique skills to gain the upper hand. As Mario and Samus orchestrated their respective teams' movements, the competition intensified. Link stealthily gathered intel on Team Omega's whereabouts while Yoshi tracked Alpha's every move. Waluigi and Ganondorf engaged in high-stakes hacking duel. Each attempting to outwit the other and gain controls. I just both of them. I just
Ganondorf has to
imagine
have
just punching.
a custom keyboard so he can punch all the keys.
Yeah, I just imagine Ganondorf just like on the keyboard and Waluigi like just like mashing buttons. I kind of picture him with like a comically large hammer hitting
just with making the squeaky sounds.
Yeah. Okay. Gain control of the city's security systems. In the midst of the chaos, Kirby and Luigi clash in a monumental showdown of strength and skill, shaking the very foundations of the city with their ferocious battle. Meanwhile, Pit and Ness raced against time to tend to their wounded teammates. Their healing abilities crucial to maintaining Alpha and Omega's fighting strength. As the scavenger hunt reached its climax, both teams converged on the location of the hidden cache. In a final epic confrontation, Mario and Samus faced off. Oh, well. Well, I think I know where this is going to go then. Their teams rallying behind them. With determination and cunning, Team Alpha managed to outmaneuver Team Omega, securing the precious resources and emerging victorious. What?
Turns out, Samus is a big softie. She saw how bad the conditions were for Team Alpha, and
can't
obviously through this fight.
Yeah, well, I was like, Samus versus Mario. I'm like, well, I'm dead. That Mario's out. And I read down a little bit, and I just saw Team Omega securing the precious resources and emerging victorious. That's all I saw. So I was like, oh, you won.
So you're a big cheater.
Well, yeah, my eyes dart ahead of where I'm reading. Is that not obvious by how much I struggle to read? With their mission accomplished, Team Alpha celebrated their hard-fought victory, knowing that their triumph would secure a brighter future for their faction. And as the sun set over the ravaged landscape, they set out once more, ready to face whatever challenges the wasteland had in store. I finally won an AI battle.
You did it.
I did it! I finally drafted a team that's successful. Wow. Well, Micah, with that, I'm just choking up at how beautiful that story was. That's going to be where we end the episode. So, Micah, where can people find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitch at Micah Brent.
And you can find me gallivanting about over on Andros1 on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, all the platforms. Andros1. Andros with the number 1. Speaking of number 1, make sure you subscribe to, follow, and leave a 5-star review for the number 1 Nintendo podcast in America. That's Nintendo Pals Podcast, in case you weren't aware. We greatly appreciate it. It helps people discover our show. The more you interact with the show and do things, the more the search algorithms of all of these mythical search algorithmic websites go, ooh, people like this. We should show this to more people. It can only grow with your help. Share the show with a friend. Just be like, hey, I listened to this Nintendo show. These guys are pretty cool. You guys should check them out. Boom. Easy peasy. I gave you the line. Just repeat that line verbatim to every single person you meet. Hey, I listened to the show. It's pretty cool. You should listen to it too, because you're pretty cool. And then after the pepper spray wears off, they might check it out. They're like, that guy was that person that tried to convince me to listen to Nintendo Pals seem kind of crazy, but maybe Nintendo Pals is pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. Nintendo Pals on all platforms. And hey, got to give a huge thanks and shout out to our fantastic Patreon supporters. They help keep the lights on and help us do cool projects like we got the upcoming anniversary episode for the show, as well as the new tech we've gotten with our microphones. It's all thanks to our fantastic Patreon supporters. We really do appreciate and want to give a thanks and shout out to you. So thank you to T-Bone, Nick Lanoy, Fedorable Will, Monkey Thunder, Madison, aka Purple Riolu, Lava Plays, John Cummins, Lil Miss 7, Tim, aka Neoprime 33, aka Nintendo Dad number 4, Seth Sturgill, LPD, Spider Shan, Solo Something, and I keep saying Solo Something. He dropped the something. He's just Solo. Solo. Just Solo. And of course, Mute Dog the Gamer. Thank you all so much for your support. We appreciate it. Even just the few bucks a month that you could pitch. Hey, if you want out there are listening and have $1 to spare, send it our way. We greatly appreciate it. And with that, Micah, leave us with your wise words of wisdom that you like to close out every episode with. That wiseness that you have.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm very wise. People say that about me all the time, actually.
I mean, I do at least once a week.
My wisdom for today is, if you're always on time, it implies that you never have anything better you should be doing.
So true. So true.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we'll end the episode. Peace out, y'all.